Hello. Having just done lunch, really nice sausage and mash stand here actually. I now look at a C81 8-speed wheel horse. I'm working through the horticultural machinery, so what is that one? That is a Raider 10. There's another wheel horse here. So these would have been used in sort of horticultural settings obviously, and also market gardens, so another sort of big greenhouses. There's a rear Matic, another wheel horse 416-8. Some sort of little ploughing thing or rotavator, I think. This is a Wrigley 202 auto truck powered by Villiers. This is when people building engines were proud to build them. So it's going to be 2-stroke. Here's a Geist auto truck from 1953, had the 4-stroke Villiers engine. Okay, they did make 4 strokes. This says Ferrari T93.
What a tyre!
Yeah, the Westwood.
Must be a different bloke called Ferrari, I think. Just to prove it. Before anybody doubts me, there's a auto thing. I don't know what that is. There's a Uni horse. Just here, a Westwood. Oh, I remember something like that. Oh, the dark blue one, I've just managed to find out. That's a Moto standard. Here's another Moto standard here. And I think I've disturbed someone having a sausage and mash. That is a really great stand they got here. I've been to that stand as well. That's brilliant.
I like it.
Next to this is a Gut Brod 1050D. Got a Ferryman diesel engine, 581cc. Imagine a small diesel like that. It's quite something. Yeah, but these would have been used in market gardens, in sort of greenhouses, I suspect. You know, fairly large estates. There's a 5 horsepower Huffy, looks like a ride-on lawnmower, and one next to it called Mustang. Now these machines are brilliant. That says it's a Colt. Okay. This one is a I'm not sure. Next to that is an Iron Horse by British Anzani. Here's a couple of rotavators. Here's a really big rotavator here. Right, we see a Webb lawnmower and it's got a Villiers engine in it, so it's maybe 2-stroke. Maybe. It's a Clifford rotary cultivator, which is powered by a Jap engine, so it's powered by a motorbike engine. Here we see some old farming tools and gardening tools from way back when, including a yard hand, which, look at that, that looks actually, it's like a miniature tractor for your garden. It's quite cute and cuddly actually. Look at it. A tractor the size of a teddy, that one. But yeah, they would have used these in probably gardens and that. Here's an Agria 3100. A couple of lawnmowers here. And that's an Atco. I think the one on the right might be not sure what it is, probably. But we notice it has a Briggs & Stratton engine on it. Oh, nice cooling breeze. There's another cut rotavator. There's a lawnmower. Another little rotavator. Now this is the sort of lawnmower I'd want. That's got Honda GX on that one. That's a Ransoms Countax. Another couple of lawnmowers here. And there's a Ransoms. There's a Ransoms MG40. Couple of MG40s here. I'm just going to take a closer look at this one because there's barely any room on this seat. I had to drop that joke. Yeah, so this is the horticultural machinery. Some more displays actually over here, so I'm just going to go across. Because I've just noticed a miniature Farmall, a miniature McCormick, powering a miniature baling machine, and looks like a threshing machine as well. Yeah, miniature McCormick W9. Oh, I think I've seen this one before. Now if we go this way, this is a military display. We go around here, we see a Jeep, but which Jeep is it? Is it Ford or is it a Willys? Willys. I keep forgetting how to identify the two because the design was actually the same. Yeah. All right, I'll try and. Yeah, because I think it was designed by Scout. They couldn't make enough of them. Willis gave it a go, and then Ford had to come in to make a few. Because don't know if it was going through so many, or it's because they needed a load. Because it weren't just the Americans using these, was it? I think the British might have used them.
We actually used it first in combat. The Americans didn't use it first in combat. We had the very first Jeeps.
Oh right, so we got them first.
That's World War II British desert, and we were the first to use Jeeps in England in combat.
Oh right.
British Army were the first, and then equipped all the desert. It's the Americans' claim they used it, but we used it first.
Oh right. I never really heard of that. Oh, that's. Oh, I forgot about it. Yeah. They were late to the whole thing. Oh, long range desert group. Yeah, because I think the SAS was formed in the desert.
The Jeep was perfect for that. The bolt whatever they wanted to it, reliable, go anywhere, and they could adapt it to whatever they wanted.
And you could fix these out in the desert or anywhere where you was. You can do a paint job on it.
In principle, everything else we had with this four-wheel drive was a truck.
Yeah.
They used shed trucks and stuff early on, but they're big, they're slow. This is fast, nimble. Because the purpose of them is they would attack and run away. That's pretty much what you do if you're attacking. You destroy your target and get out of it. And
Yeah.
and the LRDG used them first as reconnaissance.
Yeah.
They go hundreds or even thousands of miles away from where they're meant to be, to find German positions, to tell Air Force, artillery, stuff like that. The Jeep was perfect for that. They could run away, get there, maybe have a fight if they had to, but the purpose was reconnaissance.
Yeah. Yeah, because I always thought when it comes to the Jeeps, the reason they were designed like that, so they could be fixable quickly.
Yeah, it was basically a utility vehicle. That's all it was. And the utility vehicles get adapted for whatever they needed to.
Yeah. And that you could do a paint job.
Yes, as ours in the desert were sand, blue and sand. Later on, green and sand for Tunisia. In Italy, still green and sand, and then it went back to green to Europe.
Yeah, because I think I would have thought when they were fixing these, there's probably bombs dropping around them and stuff.
Well,
that kind of sitch.
It was any scenario, staff cars, deliveries, fighting vehicles, policies, whatever. It was just a vehicle, and we had them in abundance.
And I think there's enough of parts for these to actually make more of them if you want.
Yeah.
So you can actually still get hold of something like that.
And there was still quotes, brand new
Yeah. No, exactly.
Just an expensive thing.
Yeah, I've seen quite a few of these in my time. I also remember I did see a video where someone had lowered one of these and stuck a V8 in it and turned it into a Jeep rod.
I've seen that.
And I just think it looks like fun, but when you bust a suspension on it or something goes wrong, you're trying to cross the desert in it, you've just taken away all the advantages it had for going across the desert.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of these things, and also for the purpose of vehicle owners and living history.
Yeah.
Because I do all the World War II. We're going to be adapted next to my desert, all our desert Jeeps and stuff
Yeah.
like that. They're very drivable, they're very easy to look after. Unlike the big old trucks and stuff, and anything British is slow, hard to get bits for, expensive. Jeeps are expensive to even get things. You know, Jeep 40 miles an hour, through that.
Yeah, because
60, you know, British side valves, big old truck, they're not going to get 30.
yeah,
No, but just in general, they will cruise. They're a much more
Yeah.
drivable vehicle than everything else of its time and age.
I think I did see an American truck that was built for Britain
Yeah, they were getting lend-loose out.
back in the, known as a Diamond T, and I'm wondering if I'm likely to see one of those about.
Diamond T here, I think.
Yeah, I might have seen it.
Diamond T at the top there. I think
I'm-
he has a canvas roof on it, has no roof on it at the moment.
I have to have a double look because I thought it was either a Dodge or a Diamond T.
Diamond T, it's something in the fire engines at the top.
Yeah, I think I saw that. I think I might have videoed it.
Yeah, there was Diamond T there.
I don't know what company in America made them, but
It was Diamond T. It wasn't actually its own brand, I don't think.
but that was what they were known as because someone told me about them at the High Wheeled Steamworking weekend when there was one there, and I said, Diamond T? Is that a Dodge or anything?
Well, but the thing is, though, Americans had them, and we needed more trucks anyway, so we just brought whatever they had.
Yeah.
Americans, being good businessmen, always sold us the most expensive version of everything they had.
Yeah, a bit iffy of them.
And the last time we finished paying the debt off was 2001, and that's how much money it cost us. Just the Thompson submachine gun alone, they sold us 30,000 of them at $210 a piece in 1941. We made the last payment in 2001 for them.
Yikes.
America made an absolute fortune out of World War II. That's why their economy was the strongest after they had everyone else's money. They were still selling raw materials to Germany after 1941. So they're selling stuff to us and selling stuff to who we're fighting. Americans made an absolute fortune out of us.
I would say something else, but I'm making a video right now. I don't want to actually have, YouTube turn around and say,
No,
please don't do that.
no, that's fair enough, yeah.
But yeah, it kind of takes the mickey.
Yeah, but it's what happens, it's called business.
I wish we could do the same to them next time. I bet it won't happen.
No,
Oh well, on a more positive note, that is a really good display you got there. And also on another more positive note, that's the Go Devil 2.2 4-cylinder side valve, 60 horsepower, 3-speed gearbox, and you got like a thing for switching 4-wheel drive on. And it can probably do more than the incline at Sainsbury's car park. Because some people buy off-roaders. They're not going to go anywhere near this, so you sort of think, why? I don't get it. If I was to get an off-roader, I'd want to go off-road. I'd want to go somewhere that's muddy and then have some other poor bloke try and pull me out. Looks like fun.
Better than a Land Rover off-road.
Yeah, the Land Rover was meant to have been
No, this,
Britain's answer to this.
this is still better than what they based it on.
They based the Land Rover.
It was a rip-off, blatant rip-off of it in every way.
Because I see so many Land Rovers, and they must have got it right in the first place, because I noticed the Series 1, 2, 2A and 3, and then the counties, they hardly changed. It's just the grille. And then they've come up with a Defender, and it's like, that looks a modern version of that. It didn't really evolve. It's only when we had a bit of a rule change with four-wheel drives and suddenly the Defender had to become something it plainly wasn't. It had to change. That's when they changed it.
There's a Defender at the end of here. It's part of our display.
I have to go take a look. But then, but I keep thinking, in the end, the Jeep's actually developed into something what won't do the incline of a car park, because didn't they? I think the first civilian versions of these were the CJs, and then they become TJs, and then become Wranglers. And whenever I see a Wrangler, I notice it has the same sort of front end, but slightly changed on the Wrangler, and you can even take doors off on them. That doesn't have any doors, does it? But you can take the doors off a Wrangler. I've actually seen it done. They turned up to do shopping, and I'm thinking, how are you going to lock your car up? I know what it's like round Ashford. You leave something valuable on display, and it's gone somewhere else before you know it. We even have to lock things away, but yeah, let's not go there. It's a bit chavvy round here, round there. Can't leave anything to chance. Yeah, so this is a Willis Jeep. Turns out we were first to use them. If we have a look here, we see another little display. This is for the Women's Land Army. I'd like to actually take a moment to say, without this, what could we have done? They help keep us going. So there's another little bit of a display. There's a Land Rover Defender here. Biddenden Community Store. Right, I'm going to take a look at some of these miniature. I'm going to have a look at some of the. Let's have a look at the miniature steamers, shall we? So right, I've got. So as we cross over here, this looks like a miniature burrel, like a 1 inch. Is that a 1 inch? Yeah, it's probably 1 inch.
See you later on. Have a nice day.
Oh, I'm just going to come around to there, sorry.
I'm going to be in. I'm leaving here tonight. Yeah, I'm straight back down to the bank. I'm staying in Albury. And then I'll be there all weekend.
That is a miniature burrel, but this time it's a 2 incher. I'm trying to remember the various scales here. Here's a miniature Foden steam wagon. That looks to be either a 3 or 4 incher. I think that's more like a 3, I think. I'm trying to remember how they measure these. So this is another burrel. Looks to be could be a 3 incher, could be a 4. I don't know. Not really. I did try to learn about the various scales of miniature steam engines at one point, but with a lot of things it might have gone in one ear and gone out the other, I think, because I was concentrating on something else. So there's a Foster, miniature Foster. Looks like a 2 inch. There's a miniature breakdown truck in that tent there. Here's a miniature case. Yeah, so here's a miniature case. Would have been similar, like a bigger version of those ones I had in America, those steam engines, but that's a 1-incher by the looks of things. Because that's the thing with these, they sort of right, if we go over here, we now see by the looks of things, a miniature burrel going past. Yeah, so that's a miniature burrel with a dynamo on the back of it, which you could put a belt between the two, and a load of light bulbs in it. So yeah, and if we make our way up here, actually he's coming back here. There's a gig going on next door. I'm not really interested in it. So here's another W Foster. That looks like a 4-inch engine. It's almost as much work to try and get these going in the morning as any other sort of steam engine, and they're still running at the same sort of steam for these. This is a Garrett, miniature Garrett, so I think, is that not a 2-incher or maybe a 3? Yeah. I really must learn the scales of these properly. Here's a that's a sink. Is that a 6-inch Firefly? That's just says, oh, I didn't. Savage Brothers. So this is a miniature. All right. All right, because I don't think I've ever seen a Savage Brothers steam engine before. That's all. I've seen Burrells. I've seen Garretts. I've seen quite a few Fodens. I've seen Sentinels, but that's a completely different evolution altogether. Actually, I'm going to see if there's any Sentinels here later. Probably isn't, but depends if it. Yeah. Oh, I better get out of the way here because there's a. Yeah, there's. It's just all the same principles are in this, as opposed to all the larger engines as well. Sure. Take just as much work to put together, and you still have to have all the certifications for various steam engines, because steam engines, as we know, they require a lot of regulations to get past just to get them on the road. Now I see there's a miniature Thornycroft truck. It's all decorated up by the Wanson Brewery. Must try their beers at some point. Right, here, there goes a miniature. I didn't quite catch that one, but there's a miniature steam engine there. If we work our way a bit further down, we get to see a 1-inch, by the looks of things, a Ouchin, miniature Ouchin steam road locomotive, or steam tractor or whatever. Again, I'm not up on my steam engines, and I really should be, because I've been to quite a few shows which have involved steam engines. And so here's a miniature Burrell that looks like a 2-inch scale. Yeah, I think one of the best known steam road locomotives would be the Burrell. I'm going to keep going along a bit because there are some other ones here. So I think there's a couple of other steam engines around. I want to go back to the arena by about 3. Because there's going to be some cool stuff going on. Here's another miniature Burrell. Don't know if that's would that be 1-inch or 2-inch scale? maybe a 2-inch scale, I should think. That's how they sort of measure them. Right, we go over here now, and we'll probably see, looks like another Savage Brothers. Okay, it says Savage Brothers Engineers. I've seen these. So essentially, Savage Brothers, that's a miniature. This would be a 3-inch of one of those, isn't it?
Yeah, they do a 3-inch, 4-inch and 6-inch.
Do they just do these, or?
They do a lorry too. They made a little steam lorry.
Yeah, because every time I've seen miniatures, they've been miniatures of, say a Burrell, which I've seen the larger, bigger engines of those.
See any of these? They're all scrap.
So basically, all the Savage Brothers, like the full-size ones, have all gone then.
Some of the big ones, farm engines are still in existence, but all the ones this size are all gone. They're all scrap. They only made about 11 of these between 1900 and about 1911.
Because probably, was they not as successful as, say, Foden? There's another one that used to make steam wagons.
Now these were specifically built as light steam tractors to be under the 5-ton road regulations at the time.
Oh, right.
So Savage built this one, Ruston built one, the SD, Tasker's built one. They use the furniture removals, light haulage, that kind
Yeah. So I think,
these fit in winches.
yeah, because I've seen a Tasker's Little Giant before. I think that's,
Yeah,
don't know if that's part of the Claude Jessett collection that I've seen,
similar size.
which is, well, I know the Claude Jessett collection, that's Tinker's Park.
Yeah.
But there are, so I'm less likely to see something like this than, say, a Sentinel or something like that, which I understand the Sentinel is a completely different evolution.
Savage is made mainly agricultural gear and fairground rider. So they made a lot of centre engines for roundabouts and that kind of thing.
I'll have to have a look. I'll have to see if there's any still in existence or whether there's even just pictures.
There's very few pictures of these. There's a few old pictures from commercial motor and what have you.
Yeah,
There's not many.
I'll have to find out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's one to find out. Right, I'm just going to keep going along because I've just seen, there's a miniature Burrell. I won't say what it is because there's a miniature steam engine going off right now. Steam Traction World Spirit of Kent 4-inch Burrell. Okay. Right, let's have a look at this one. This one's called Tinker and it's a miniature Burrell. And these are probably just as much fun as the full-size steam rigs. You know. So there's a miniature Burrell there. These do look like a lot of fun actually, and you still have to put it through all the paperwork just like full size. So to my left here is a William Foster in miniature. To my right is a Little Giant, the Little Giant. So there we are. In the back there is a William Foster. Back there. I'm just now going to move myself around because I've got to go find out whether there's any other steam engines hanging about. There must be a few hanging about. There's probably not that many hanging around, to be honest with you. But I've just managed to spot more things that are interesting. So if we go around here, there's an MB track one